Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. Today is Monday, the 8th day of April, and we started off this week on a positive note. A very, very awesome, I guess you would call it $6,000 profit day if you count the couple of evals that we traded today. But as a whole, $4,000, locking in $4,000 in profits on the funded accounts. One of my best profit days ever. And the good part here is we did this with only 5 funded accounts, locking in over $4,000. So yeah, just a phenomenal day. And I really want to try to walk you through and show why I did so well today, what my thesis was, and the fact that I'm trading several indexes, which was a big help for me. Let's look at the 60-minute chart on the NASDAQ, on the NQ. This is the 60-minute chart going back here to end of March here. Go back even further, but we can see these levels that we've been watching for quite some time. This 400 range, and we kind of over the weekend we were stuck in this, call it 230 to 400 area, and I was not surprised that this market went sideways today. We had a huge move last week to the downside, a big move back up on Friday, and then today we just kind of went sideways, and that was a little bit of what my expectation was. I really was not too excited about taking a lot of trades, either long or short, until we got to these levels to look for a rejection of this 400 area or support off of this 235 area. That's really what I was looking for on NQ. Moving to ES. ES was probably a little bit better. I felt like we were looking a little bit more bullish this morning. We had a bit of a bull flag forming in the pre-market, and it kind of went that way, but this 270, 265 level definitely rejected, and we capitalized on that. So I was again kind of looking for this range, looking for shorts off this 265 area if it rejected. The other play would have been to see it break and then hold and then go long, but that didn't happen. So that was an area that I was looking at. And then I also had added oil to my charts last week, but I did not trade it. I was watching this level, and on Friday this was the low, and we've kind of had this low level of 84.50. And so today I thought, well, I'm going to take a look at this and see what happens. This morning we had a wonderful rejection off this 87, and we capitalized on that very nicely. So the beauty of having different indexes is I could monitor, do I have any support and resistance setups, whether it's oil, whether it's ES, or whether it's NQ. And it allowed me today to trade the setups within the different indexes and not have to look for trades within the NQ, for example, which is where I've been trading for the most part. I think actually today was the first day I've traded ES in, oh boy, probably, it could be 6 months, maybe 8 months, I'm not sure, a long time. When I started trading, I did a little bit of trading in ES and then quickly switched to NQ. And obviously today was the first day that I traded oil. But so that was kind of the breakdown as to how I was looking at each index. Let's look at oil. The market opened this morning. We had this big squeeze to the upside. I took, I think, one small trade here, but when I saw this rejection, I started shorting. And I shorted all the way down and made a lot of money. Most of the Apex PAs, most of these profits were made on oil on this move all the way down as we got into this 85.40 area. So that worked out extremely well. And then on let me look here. So here I'm looking at account 30. That's this account here. We had another good day, $400 in profits there. And again, I really had very few losing trades today because I was basing my trading strategy around these levels that I have identified. Moving to the ES, I took a couple trades on ES. I've got account 32 highlighted here. This is an account that was also up over 400 in profit. And again, as the market opened this morning in this 930 area, and we kind of consolidated, we had this big squeeze to the upside. And then when I saw this reject, this is where I went short on this end over here. And I had several trades. What I've got a 125, a 175, and a 137. Nice winning trades on this account. I did trade a couple other accounts here in the same manner. I was just taking shorts off of this level up here. So that was very, very positive. And then the big winner today is the take profit account. We had $2,600 in profit on that account today. Yes, that is the same account that on Friday I was up about the same amount and gave it back and ended up with a $800 loss on Friday. So we made that back up today. And if you watched my video on Friday, I was pretty upset with myself at how poorly I had managed that trade and had taken all those profits and then kind of, I guess because of the dopamine hit, kept trading and ended up into a revenge trading session and gave it all back. And I kind of vowed not to do that today, and I didn't. But I want to talk about why I took most of the trades with the take profit account on NQ from in the noon area. Noon is oftentimes a bit of a dead zone, or it can be. So in the morning, as I had outlined earlier, I was not too crazy with the way NQ looked. However, as the day opened up, we had this drop at 9:30, and then we had a big squeeze going back to the upside. We had a rejection, kind of a double top here, and we rejected again at this area. And this whole thing was just we couldn't break anything higher. And again, we couldn't get up to these levels that I had previously marked out at, and we really didn't get down to lows either. I mean, we kind of did here, but I was not crazy about the price action and just the volatility here. Now, as we look at this 21 EMA and seeing that it's crossing VWAP, and we've had strong rejections all morning up here, I felt very confident in shorting this area. Now, what I tried to do for the most part, if you can see, most of the red arrows is where the entry points are. I was shorting the high end. Every time we would come back up, I would look for a short opportunity. And I really just sat in there typically with 2 contracts and just milked this thing. I mean, here's a $400 winner, here's a $400 winner, here's a $1,000 winner. So, I mean, those are just 3 of the little trades that are in there, but there are, just kind of scoping through here, there's 1 loss for 125 and 1 for 120, 1 for 45. So there's about, $300 in losses amongst a few $1,000s in winners. So that was the theory and the strategy behind that, and it just worked beautifully. And literally all I did today was just, shuffle between each index and see, hey, do I have something that is setting up in the area that I like, and just running with that. So I did then trade some evals in the afternoon here, build up this Apex eval this afternoon and got it up to almost 2,000 in profit. I did decide to purchase another take profit eval. I'm gonna have another one rebuilding next week, but I decided to see if I can pass another one this week on my same strategy of going 5 days and 600 per day. And so today we were at 700 in profit on that account. So great start to the day there. But yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with just my trade management. I had a really good strategy once again, followed it, and most importantly, being very diligent in my trading with this take profit funded account and building it up to 3,800 in profit. So very happy with that. Let's look at TradeZilla, and then I also want to ask a couple of questions. And where are we at here? So looking at TradeZilla, here's where we're at for the accounts in total, and as you can see, we had the biggest profit day we've had in quite some time. Since I've been using TradeZilla, it's the biggest one at $4,000. And I want to just showcase and point out on some of these trades today. Let's look at take profit. This is that account we ran up so much. I had very, very few losing trades. I don't think I only had this morning. I had a couple losers early morning, 2 in oil, 1 in on the NQ, and then just trade after trade after trade. I had a couple losers there in the afternoon session, and then obviously closed it out with a couple of those really, really nice big winning trades that we just talked about. So just really, really happy with the management of that account and just how I've traded it, and just obviously just my trading in general. And I really feel like, and honestly, I thought about that trade on Friday, or that management of that take profit account on Friday. I thought about that all weekend. I could not get it out of my head. And I actually created some rules for myself on, like, for example, the first trades of the day, always using just a single contract. Taking a 5-minute break if I have a full loss. Like if I'm just in with one contract and I have a full loss, I'm taking a 5-minute break. Never moving my stops, respecting VWAP, and then there's really paying attention to this 21 EMA. Just kind of some simple things, but I just focused myself around, okay, I'm really going to be better at managing the trades during the day and really sticking to the game plan of the levels, the breaks, the retests, the demand support areas, and so on and so forth. So here's my dilemma, and this is where I want your help. So now I have this account at 53,802. So technically I can withdraw 1,800 if I take 1,800 times 80% profit split. So I could withdraw 1,400 from this account. My question is, should I or should I not? So I'm curious what you think. If you were in my shoes right now, having this account above the threshold, do I take $1,000 out? Do I take $1,400 out of that account and still leave myself with a couple $1,000 cushion? Do I continue to build this account up? And I'm really curious to see what your guys' thoughts are on that and what your advice is there. If you think through Friday, if I wouldn't have given that trade back on Friday, this account could be sitting at 54, at least 56, maybe 56, 57,000. So we'd be looking at $6,000 to $7,000 in profit that I could have had I not mismanaged Friday. So it's obvious that I can do it. It's obvious that I am very capable of taking this account and trading it this way. The beauty for me is just when I get on a run and I start trading very well, I get a bit of profit, then I can size up and take 2 contracts and really look for good entries like this and just trade well during that time frame. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what you guys think. Very, very interested to hear your thoughts. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good day today. I think this week could be a little bit sideways with the news we have coming up, I think on Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday morning we have CPI news. We also have Thursday we have PPI news. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. Friday looks pretty, we have a little bit of high impact news at 10 o'clock. Consumer sentiment on Friday. But yeah, Wednesday, Thursday should be some crazy days. So I was kind of expecting today to be a little bit sideways, especially on NQ, and that's exactly what happened. So it really, for me, it's just very helpful to have a good plan and then to execute that plan. But yeah, let me know what you think about that take profit. Would you take a payout or would you build that account up? Once again, thank you for those of you using my codes, whether it's Apex, BVLS, TBTS, always getting you the best deal, and they got that awesome 80% off sale running right now through the end of the month. Also, their one-day pass, which I was trying to take advantage of up here and didn't quite make it, but that's okay. Tomorrow's another day. And then also Take Profit, their code BCT gets you the best deal with Take Profit. They still are running that 50% off, and I am going to do my best to get up to 3 funded take profit accounts because I absolutely love trading this style where I can just let a winner run and go and build up an account. So hope you got some value out of that. Hope you had a great trading day. Have a great night, and let me know what you think about these things, and I will have an update for you tomorrow afternoon. So long.